All right. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the local, Southwest Licking Local School District. We will call this meeting to order. I'd like to recognize everyone here. I love that we have such a full house. Thank you all for coming out tonight. And I'd like to welcome everyone at home watching as well. And would you all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Jones, will you call the roll, please?
Sure. Mrs. Engel.
Here.
Mrs. Moore.
Here.
Mrs. Spindler.
Here.
Mr. Zani.
Here.
Mr. Vincent.
Here, a quorum is present. We shall continue. Our first item is public hearing on the issue of employment of John Murray by Southwest Licking Local School District Board of Education. Anyone here to comment on that? Okay, that hearing is over. We will now move on to public participation. Seeing no slips have been turned in, we will move on to the adoption of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Jones, call the roll, please.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mrs. Engel.
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler.
Yes.
Mr. Zani.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes. The agenda is adopted. We're going to move on to presentations. First, I'd like to welcome the Eco Warriors, please.
First slide, sorry. Next slide? Yes, okay, so
Just say next slide, we won't be good next one.
thank you. Okay, I'm Allie Langwasser. I'm Sierra Fox. I'm Maddie Mosh.
I'm Mary Tuckling. I'm Taylor Hammer.
And we're the Eco Warriors. So we have some new faces.
Welcome.
A lot of people graduated, as you can see, but we have expanded our group in, so we only took 5 of us for this evening because there's too many to fit. So next slide, please. So to just kind of give like an overview of last year, we planted 50 trees down Route 40 and 20 evergreens down Smoke Road. We did that to basically for noise pollution, air pollution. That was kind of like problem, solution, you know. We would like to thank you guys for donating, being a part of like our pavers. One way how we raised our money was pavers for businesses, for ads, people for teachers, like retirement pavers, and then memorial pavers. That was kind of how we raised some of our money. We also got a grant from the zoo last year, as we did this year. We also received a $12,000 check from the SWL Education Foundation, which was absolutely jaw-dropping. Our partners is ODNR, which helped us pick out our native tree species that planted down Route 40, which we have a variation in the species. 1,500 trees, which donated a lot of our trees. Very thankful for them. And Garmin Miller, who we got our school maps, basically where we can and can't plant. Next slide, please.
Okay, so for our mission takes a lot of money and everything. So we've been trying a lot of fundraisers at the school. Recently we had a bake sale at the sponsored by the Teachers Association held on candidate night, and we made around $650 from that, which was very jaw-dropping. And it was very great to have that. And then thank you, Dr. Perkins, because we were also allowed to sell leftovers like during school. And then we're also working, wait.
It's okay.
You're doing a fantastic
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so we're also working on another fundraiser, which is an assembly during E&I. It would be where, like, friendly competition between teachers and students. For an example would be Camden Clear against Mrs. Clear trivia quiz bowl, which Dr. Perkins, we would need a person to like do that. So, and then another one would be like me and Shanko would like kick balls at each other, and like it would just be really fun. And hopefully we would get students to pay $2. And not only does it like help us fundraise to reach our goals, but it would also involve the community and the school, and like it'd be something fun, you know? Yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, nice meeting you guys also. As we talked about, the jaw-dropping Southwest Licking Education Foundation, who gave us a large grant for our weather station and the dock for the most intact wetland pool for various cameras, seating, etc. We're currently waiting for district maintenance crew to install these things, but hopefully soon. After install, the students and community will be able to interact with their environment and see how the land changes and return it to its natural state in that process. We are also able to know the exact temperature and weather of the area, but that's not available to the public yet. We are currently working on that. We have also been awarded 2 grants from the zoo, which we talked about, jaw dropping, obviously. As for the Etna Township, our hope is that it is a green space for the community with opportunities to connect, and so that people can cross the street and simply learn. In the greater Columbus area, though, the convention center met a lot of people and lobbyists who want to talk further about OSBA, and I would also like to thank Mrs. Spindler and board members. Thank you. Next slide, please. Sorry.
Hi, good afternoon. A lot of people don't know this, but Licking County is known as a dead zone for monarch butterflies because when they're migrating, they don't have anywhere to drop and touch down. So we were donated $2,800 worth of seeds by the Licking County Pollinator Pathway to plant wildflowers for the butterflies to touch down on. We are asking the community for help to donate 160 bales of straw for this. It's hard for us to reach the entire community, so we're hoping that the distance can help us get the word out about the straw in the trees and flowers. We need somebody to till the land for us, and we hope that we are going to be able to have some of our students at our school help us with this job by offering community service hours. That looks really good on college applications. And by using straw and getting straw from people, it can help increase the chances of the seeds staying to help produce the wildflowers for the monarch butterflies. Thank you.
Okay, so water and sewer, we've met with these people many a times. We've walked the land with them, and they have said that we would be a good candidate to be a mitigation site. A mitigation site is where if you destroy a wetland, you have to rebuild it somewhere else. So then they normally do that over in New Albany, but we would love to be a place to where if you destroy it in your own community, you can build it back on your own community. So we're really hoping to become a site for that. And then they even recommended us to the foundation that designs the sites for the entire wetland. They did warn us that to be chosen for a site, it is very political. So we're hoping that the Etna trustees would support us and help us with quick approvals with everything. And then likewise, we need our district leaders to help us in advocating for the foundation to become a site. It would be a huge help as we are kind of limited on that side of things. And then they also said that we might be able to try tag into a current EPA grant to improve our watershed to help with all this. And yeah. Next slide.
Hi again. We have actually been looking into both of these. These are new additions to our plan. But we are very excited that Dr. Perkins has approved our desire to create a habitat for beavers and bees. The idea of having bees sounds very scary, but normally they'll come to our campus anyways. So we intend to create an area that they can inhabit so that we can watch them and observe them safely without anyone getting hurt. For the beavers, we intend to plant their favorite plants and species of plants, and give them wood so that they can help dredge the creek, and we'll just wait and see if we get any. Thank you.
So at the OSBA conference, which was an amazing opportunity, thank you guys for stopping by and talking to us. We really loved it and enjoyed it. We met with a lot of people, including a lobbyist who wants to talk to us further, and a member of the OSBA board asked Dr. Perkins to invite them to our new Eco Lab when finished. We would like to thank Mrs. Spindler for the nomination, and thank you again to the board who all stopped by and talked to us. Next slide, please.
Okay, so this is kind of like new. We just found out today, but we're gonna finalize our plan on December 1st, but Illuminate USA has agreed to partner with us to acquire materials to build a solar panel to give us power, which is very big because it can also be used as a model for pollinators. So by planting pollinating plants, pollinators can come and have a place to have a habitat, which is very big for us.
So we also, so the Indiana brown bats are an endangered species right now, and they actually they migrate through where our school is built. So right now we're working with Mr. Ratzel's agricultural class and other classes in the district to create signage to allow people in the community to learn about these endangered bats, and also building bat boxes to help them migrate and travel through. So, yeah. Next slide, please. Thank you.
Okay, so one of our biggest future projects, is our Eco Lab, which is basically our outdoor classroom that can be used for like 5th grade camp, as well as an outdoor classroom in general for high school students and intermediate students. This is important so that we can educate students and our community about the ecosystem and how to like preserve it as well. Yeah, it again used for 5th grade camp, which is a big deal because we now use our ecosystem for that as well. So yeah, and that's also going to be finalized on December 1st. So December 1st is a big day for us.
Next slide.
Oh, me again. Okay, so our biggest challenge right now is like lack of funds. So our goal is to hopefully come together and with us in the district to partner up and try to get organizations, companies, and other community members to donate supplies, which would be very greatly appreciated. Again, our biggest goal is to connect community, outdoor or outside of classroom experiences, intermediate school and high school. That way we can all come together and learn about the ecosystem that we're trying to rebuild. So, yeah.
Next slide, please.
Okay. So I also would like to say we are wrapping up our orders for this year for the pavers. So if anyone would like to be a part of the journey with, adding even more shrubs around the trees that we have planted and additional, we have a Facebook page, Watkins Eco Warriors, and we also have an Instagram, and where we post our links on hometown ticketing. You can donate to be a part of that. So I do want to let you guys know that.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys
for your
very much.
time.
Nice
you
job.
so much.
Congratulations on all your great work.
Can you make sure that we have the information of the people that we need to contact as far as lobbying
Right.
for grants and so on?
I do. What is a beaver's favorite plant?
I wondered that.
Maybe a plant that has a lot of wood.
Okay. Woody. Okay.
Can you also let me know what your solar panel, or what my company actually does installations with the solar, so if you let me know what ancillary things you need as far as
Yes.
putting that together?
Yeah, that's like brand new today,
Okay.
and they're gonna reach out to like companies that they supply, and so yes, absolutely.
All right,
That was so much.
that was awesome.
That was really good.
We now are going to move on to retirement. So this is always one of the fun times of being on the board, and I'm going to call the retiree up, and I will announce the person speaking on their behalf, and they'll be able to speak, and then afterwards we'll come up front for a picture, and we'll just work that through. So first, I would like to call up Patricia Linton. And speaking for her is Kyle Domer.
It's good to be back. Tonight we're gathered to celebrate someone who has been a steady presence at Southwest Licking School for almost 3 decades. Pat joined us on 10/16/97, and I remember that day. But I actually was lucky enough to know you a little bit ahead of time because you were subbing for a couple years. I also had the pleasure of having one of your daughter in health and physical education. Pat has seen our district go through an incredible amount of change. Most of it's been all good. All of it was needed. Our buildings have changed and people have come and gone. Students, faculty, co-workers. Through it all, she has made the needed adjustments and performed her necessary work. Pat, your dedication and reliability have meant more than you'll ever know. Your work that goes often unseen was never unfelt. You have given us so much you have given so much to Southwest Licking Schools, and we are truly grateful. As you enter your retirement, we all wish you nothing but happiness. Rest and joy in whatever comes next. And I know you probably have some plans. Don't be a stranger. You're always just a text or a phone call away. You're always going to be part of the Southwest Licking family. Congratulations, Pat, for everything you've done over all the years. We love you. I love you. And I have a couple letters from other staff members in the building I'd like to read. The first one is from Diane Redford, who is a dear friend of yours, I know. Things that will be missed: her sense of humor. She made us laugh often. Also, her love of animals. She would always feed the chickens in the courtyard good food. They're doing okay, but I'm sure they will miss you. She is a master collector and decorator of true antiques. She drives all over to get things around the United States, and also has things shipped in from other countries. You should see her home. There's a special video where it was featured, I cannot remember. She has a deep love for her dogs and one of the greenest thumbs you've ever seen. Her smile and laughs will be missed. That's from Diane. And the second letter was from Miss Bowers. The 500 Hall wishes you all the joy and relaxation you truly deserve. Thank you for the countless ways you made a difference every day, not just in keeping our spaces clean and welcoming, but in the kindness and dedication you brought to your work. And of course, we'll never forget your amazing sense of humor and spunky aura. You had a way of making even the busiest days lighter, and your laughter always brightened the halls. You've left a lasting impact on everyone here, and you will be deeply missed. As you start this new chapter, may it be filled with good health, happiness, and plenty of moments that will make you smile. You deserve them. Congratulations on your retirement, Pat, and thanks for everything.
Join us up here so you can get a picture. You want anyone else's picture? Come on up. Congratulations. We'll go this way so we can get that. Thank you. Congratulations. All right. Next, I would like to welcome up John Murray. And speaking on John's behalf is Kevin Paskins.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have the privilege of recognizing someone who has quietly but powerfully made an impact on our schools every single day. We're here to honor John Murray, whose dedication, diligence, and unwavering pride in their work have helped shape an environment where our students and staff can thrive. As a custodian, much of what John does happens behind the scenes, but the results are visible everywhere in the clean classrooms students walk into each morning, in the same hallways as we all move through, in the countless tasks completed without being asked, simply because it was the right thing to do. That is the type of commitment you cannot teach. It comes from character. For years, John has shown up with reliability and strong work ethic and genuine care for our schools. He has been a steady and trusted presence, someone people knew they could count on no matter what the day brought. His work has supported our students' success in ways that often go unspoken, but never unnoticed. As we celebrate John's retirement, we want to offer our deepest gratitude. Thank you for your many years of service, for the pride you took in your work, and for helping make our schools a better place. We wish you health, happiness, and well-earned relaxation in this next chapter. Congratulations, John, and thank you for everything you have done for our school.
Would you like to have anyone else come up to the picture? All right. There you go. Congratulations. Congrats. Okay, I next would like to welcome up Jody Fuse, and speaking on her behalf is Cindy Pickerington and Travis Smith. Did I say Pickerington? I apologize. Cindy Pickering and Travis Smith. My apologies.
No worries. It is my great honor to recognize Jody Foose, who is retiring after 25 years of dedicated service at Southwest Licking Schools. Jody began subbing back in the high school in 2000 when her son Aaron was a senior and her daughter Kelly was a freshman. She later got a contract at the high school. Then in August of 2005, she moved over to the middle school kitchen where her youngest son Taylor was then in 6th grade. She said as far as she knew, her kids never seemed very bothered about her being their lunch lady. We'll have to ask them. Jody appreciated the work schedule of the kitchens, especially in those beginning years, because it allowed her to be home with her children after school and throughout the summer. The last few years, Jody's worked as a head cook at Etna Elementary. And during her 25 years, she has nourished thousands of students with not only great meals, but kindness and patience and care. Her gentle personality has made her beloved by students, staff, and everyone who's had the pleasure of working with her. She's probably one of the most genuine people that I've ever met in my life. She's created a warm, welcoming atmosphere in the kitchen and beyond. She's had it filled with smiles and love for others. Jody said what she will miss most is the bond between her coworkers. She said often as they would prep food, they would share stories about their families, praises, problems, happy times, and sad times. She's truly going to be missed by both students and staff. Jody is not 100% sure what retirement's going to look like, but she will definitely be spending time with David, her husband, and her family, maybe another trip out west. But we want to thank you, Jody, for your hard work, for your heart, for the lasting difference that you made in the school community, in everyone's lives, and in my life. So congratulations on your well-deserved retirement.
All right, it's my turn. Okay, so tonight we get to celebrate someone truly legendary. Our incredible head cook, Jody Foose, who is retiring after 25 years of feeding, fueling, and occasionally emotionally repairing Etna Elementary. Now, I've seen a lot of talent in my career, but no one, and I mean no one, can wipe a child's tears away with a strawberry Pop-Tart and a chocolate milk like Jody can. Forget tissues, Jody knows the real healing power is 27 grams of sugar served with love. I brought Jody plenty of students with tears, and somehow she always sent them back happier, stickier, and usually talking faster than when they arrived. Jody has been our lead eagle in the kitchen, bravely navigating oven malfunctions, hungry children, and most impressively, Brian's daily shenanigans. Anyone who can survive that deserves not just retirement, but a medal, a trophy, and maybe hazard pay. She has been flexible, patient, and always the definition of a team player. No matter what we ask of her, she had a solution and made our food service run smoother. And honestly, half the time her solutions were better than the ideas we brought to her in the first place. Over the years in the district, she has nourished thousands of students, not just with great meals, but with kindness, patience, and an unmatched gentle spirit. The kids adore her. The staff adores her. Basically, if we made a most loved human at Etna bracket, Jody would win by a landslide, and we'd have to cancel the competition. She created a warm, welcoming kitchen that felt like home, even on the days when the smell of broccoli tried its best to prove otherwise. So, Jody, thank you for your hard work, your heart, and the difference you've made in every life that passed through your kitchen window. You will truly be missed. And now, in proper Etna Eagle style, we have two traditions to send Jody into the Hall of Fame. First, when I say cry eagle, you say caw-caw. So, cry eagle. Thank you. And second, a beautiful, that'll echo all the way through the district. And second, our famous two big claps. When I say give me two big claps for Jody Foose, you give me a. So, here we go. Give me two big claps for Jody Foose. Jody, we love you. Congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. You will always go down in the Etna Hall of Fame of Legends.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Next, I'd like to welcome Pamela Davis up. Speaking on her behalf is Bill Brimmer.
This is not Bill Bremer, but she wants to.
I'm not Bill. I'm Tanya Sherburne. No, I'm Tanya Sherburne. So thank you for letting me go first, Bill. I appreciate it. You've certainly known Pam much longer than I have. So it's funny because today right before we came, I said to Pam, I said, you don't like this sort of thing, do you? And she said, no. I knew she wouldn't. She said she would be the person on this end rather than that end. And quite honestly, I wish I was retiring. And you were talking about me, but that's not how this is going today. So anyway, so tonight we celebrate an extraordinary individual whose impact on this district is immeasurable. For 35 years, Pam has been a cornerstone to this organization. To serve in one district for over 3 decades is a remarkable achievement that demonstrates not just commitment, but a passion for our staff, students, and community. My personal experience, though brief, just a mere 2.5 years in her 35, has shown exactly why she is so celebrated. I have worked with her directly. She's been my administrative assistant. And as someone who was new to the district, I can tell you that she was invaluable. She has mastered all of the details of our policies, our people, and our history. She is very knowledgeable. I'm telling you that there's probably not one question that you can ask her about policy or procedure or about an employee that Pam doesn't know instantly. She has the institutional memory that is simply unbelievable. She knows everyone. She knows how they're connected, whether they're related or there's some other association. She knows it, and she likes to talk about it in a positive manner. She is kind, and she is incredibly helpful. She navigates sensitive and difficult employee situations with empathy and a genuine desire to help. In fact, this year, when I was speaking to our new teachers, I was asking them why they chose Southwest Licking School District, and one of them said Pam Davis. She described Pam as being kind, helpful, and comforting, and that is the kind of lasting, positive impression that Pam has made. And finally, the quality that I most love is how sassy she is. And as her retirement date has gotten closer, she has gotten more sassy. And we're still, we still have some time, so this is gonna get bad, Dr. Perkins. I have thoroughly enjoyed working with you. I will miss our lightly salted mixed nuts, our gum, your refrigerator, and our I need a Diet Coke moments. So thank you for your dedication, your wisdom, your kindness, and your unforgettable spirit. I wish you a retirement filled with wealth, happiness, and absolutely zero checklist or paperwork. Congratulations, Pam.
I am the real Bill Breeden. I cannot tell you how happy I am to be here tonight for Pam. I've known, first of all, Mr. Jones, I owe you an apology. I told you 14 years ago you'd never have to see me up here doing this again. But yet, here I am. But now for a great reason. And also, you guys made a little bit of an error. You said Pam was retiring after 35 years. She was working in this district long before she started working. When I first went to Pataskala, she was the PTO president. And as you'll see here in a minute, she has a grandson that's in the middle school, Lucas. And I saw Lucas last year and had a flashback. The big guy beside Lucas is his dad, Mason. When Mason was Lucas, a little bit younger than Lucas, in the office, Mason would fall asleep, and Pam would be in there doing, she was there every day just about. I can't remember a day when she wasn't there. And she is by far, without a doubt, the nicest, smartest person I know in Southwest Licking. Nobody has given more time. I remember more than one time. It used to be years ago, we were screening kindergarten kids and placing them at 11 o'clock at night, and school was the next day. And Pam and Brenda had to put up with a lot of calls from parents. They wanted to talk to me, but they wouldn't let them talk to me because I wouldn't know what to say. But I can tell you this, Pam is one of my best friends I've had in the world. We've been through a lot together, highs, lows, in between. I love her to death, and she knows that if she ever needs anything, all she has to do is call. I love you, baby.
That's fine. Congratulations, Pam. For you. Anyone else? Come on up.
Make sure you look at me so you'll see what I mean.
Congratulations. And our last retirement presentation tonight is Melissa Betts. And for her, we kind of have the Kirk crew. We have Jason Nelson, Cassie Lovray, Melissa Leader, Emma Locker, and Pam Buchner. Come on down. You're the next contestant.
Lead us off. So Mrs. Betts has been a constant source of support, kindness, and wisdom since day one. As a new teacher to the district, many of us look to her as someone we aspire to be. She always put her students first, approached every challenge with patience, and generously shared her deep knowledge of reading and literacy. Her impact on students, colleagues, and families has been profound. She guided generations of learners with insight, care, and a genuine love for teaching, making a lasting difference in every classroom she touched. Thank you.
To her coworkers, Betts, which she made it very clear pretty early on that this is not a high school locker room, so I'm to call her Melissa, not by her last name. Betts was an incredible mentor, a very dependable friend, and an invaluable role model. She offered unwavering support at all hours, willingly shared her expertise, still does, and helped others grow with grace and encouragement. Whether answering questions, offering materials, or simply being a calm, steady presence, no matter what, she helped each of us become better educators. Her willingness to guide others, no matter how busy she was, spoke to the heart of who she is. Whether it's 3 a.m., whether it's 4 p.m. right after school, she's there. It's been a pleasure working with you, Beth. We're gonna miss you.
Betts. Betts is the kind of teacher and colleague we are truly blessed to have in our corner and who we inspire to be. Her dedication, her warmth, and her passion for education has shaped our school at Kirkersville and this district in countless meaningful ways. While we are so excited for your new chapter in life, we are truly, deeply going to miss your wisdom, your friendship, and the light that you brought to not only Kirkersville halls, but now to the intermediates. So congratulations, Betts, on everything that you've done. Your legacy will continue to inspire us for generations and this district. Enjoy your well-earned retirement. That was it.
Congratulations. I'd like to welcome everyone up for a photo that you'd like to have up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and retirees, you are welcome to stay, and your people are welcome to stay, but we do have a robust agenda ahead of us, so you're not going to hurt our feelings if you leave. And with that said, while we're transitioning, I'm going to welcome up Watkins Intermediate.
Mary Jo was so disappointed when she heard Pam was retiring.
Do you want to
like to talk. Ready? Well, good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to share an update on our continuous improvement plan and the great work happening at Watkins Intermediate. Tonight, I'm proud to begin with the heart of our work, our students. So we're going to start with, actually not student learning, the student experience, which is the next part. We're going to start with our strategy 3, which is develop targeted programming that fosters engagement, leadership, and positive connections among our boys and girls. This is an action step we continue to build upon year after year, and it truly shaped our school culture. This evening, we have several of our warrior leaders here with us today. This leadership program began 3 years ago, and that group of students actually presented to the board that first year. It's been amazing to see this program continue to grow. So each of our 16 fifth grade homerooms has one warrior leader representative. Our students apply at the end of their fourth grade year with a handwritten application, and teacher recommendations and the students selected serve as role models throughout the school building. I'd like to thank Kyle Zuber and Melissa Luckett, the teachers who lead this work, and for their investment in developing these student leaders. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our warrior leaders for a little presentation.
All right, as they get spread out here because they have some things that they would like to say and we want to let them speak for us, I just kind of want to briefly just say that this group is phenomenal. And when I say that we lead them, we are merely giving them the opportunity to express their leadership. And that's what they do every single day. So across the board, we rely on them to look around the school, to observe things. What's happening? What could we change? What could we tweak? And then working with our administration, we try to implement those changes as we can. But really it shines through when they come with their ideas for community engagement or school-wide engagement. And some of the things that they're going to mention tonight are to highlight the things that they, as a student body, because they're representing their students, their friends, their peers, everybody, are putting into place throughout the course of the school year. So, guys want to go ahead and line up, and we will give them a chance to speak.
Good evening, members of the Board Education. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak tonight. We are the 5th grade warrior leaders of Watkins Intermediate, and we are proud to share the service projects we've completed and our goals for the rest of the school year.
As a warrior leader, we work to make our school community a better place. Before school started this year, we were excited to give open house tours to 4th grade families. We walked them around the building, answered questions, and helped our future 5th graders feel confident and welcomed. We wanted to know that Watkins Intermediate isn't scary. It's just full of opportunities.
One of our first projects this year was Pack the Pantry, where we collected food and supplies to support families in need. We organized donations, helped advertise the event, and worked together to make sure our school pantry stays stocked.
We also helped lead our school's Veterans Day celebrations. We collected donations for Veterans Honor Flight, created messages of appreciation, and helped recognize the brave men and women who have served our country. It was important to us to show gratitude and respect.
We hope to celebrate with the High School Hope Club tomorrow. We want to team up on kindness projects, community service, and leadership activities. Learning from older students will help us grow as leaders and make an even bigger impact.
Looking ahead, one of our biggest goals is to host our 3rd annual Warrior Talent Show. This event brings our whole school together and gives students a chance to share their creativity. We plan to organize auditions, run backstage jobs, and help make this year's show the best one yet.
This spring, we are excited to serve our community by helping at the Empty Bowls Art Show. We will greet guests, help with displays, and assist with donations to support hunger relief programs. We love being part of events that make a difference beyond our school.
Thank you again for supporting the Warrior Leaders. We appreciate the opportunities you give us to learn, lead, and serve. We promise to continue representing our school with respect, responsibility, and pride.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Warrior Leaders. You did awesome, and you guys don't have to stay around. You guys take off. The rest of my presentation is a little long. So I'll continue with this action step here. Our fifth grade Driven Foundation Boys group continues to thrive. This group presented last year, and we're fortunate to have Tyler Everett, who was part of that presentation last year, continue to lead our boys leadership sessions this year. We're also continuing our What Rocks Girls empowerment groups, expanding from 4 teachers to 5 leaders this year, as there's high interest and need. Also, our Connection Clubs has expanded to over 150 students, meeting weekly as peer buddies and support partners. We continue hosting quarterly activities. We had the football tailgate, which everybody went to, which was awesome. We're already planning a pancake breakfast for our second quarter activity. We continue offering our WISC clubs once a month, where students select self-interest activities outside the regular curriculum. Some of our newest clubs this year include Ultimate Frisbee, Just Dance, Karaoke Club, Self-Care Club, Chemistry, and many more. Additionally, our partnerships with our high school Warrior Mentors remain strong. These high school students support our kids daily in the classrooms, at lunch, and during recess, strengthening our sense of community. After school, we have 2 teams proudly representing WIS and Lego Robotics. We've launched our new Quiz Bowl team for the season, and we're in our first full year of implementing our WIS running club that began in the spring last year. I feel like this list goes on, but we'll go ahead and stop there. In strategy 3, we're going to kind of move over here. It's implementing quarterly building-wide attendance incentives while identifying and supporting students with chronic absenteeism. We continue to use the Stay in the Game attendance network as our foundation. It's supported by the crew and the Browns. That wasn't a loud bark either. I mean, with the Browns this year, we all know that can't be. For the first quarter, our counselors hosted a dodgeball celebration for each pod's homeroom with the highest attendance percentages, and plans are already underway for second quarter recognition. Students are recognized for perfect attendance or honored with brag tags at our quarterly awards. And even before the year began, our counselors identified students with previous attendance struggles, held individual meetings, and had them each sign student attendance pledges. Our attendance team maintains ongoing check-ins and incentives to support and monitor these kids. In strategy 2, our action step, our first one, with the addition of our new school counselor, defining and implementing a comprehensive counseling framework that delivers effective Tier 1, 2, and 3 interventions to meet student needs. This year, we welcomed our new counselor, Ms. Emma Heidemann, who has taken on the full 4th grade caseload. Ms. Tonsky, who came to us last year, supports all of our 5th graders, and they've quickly become a strong team. With 2 counselors, we're able to bring back monthly classroom guidance lessons, something our school hasn't been able to do for a long time. These lessons are developed from the needs-based assessments and allow our counselors to deliver Tier 1 instruction to every student on topics like problem solving, conflict resolution, and emotional self-regulation. They explicitly teach our core values of the Warrior Heart. Our counselors have also increased the number of students receiving targeted small group interventions and direct services, ensuring that students get the individual support they need. They're both key leaders in our PBIS team, and as many of you know, and it's our next goal is we are a PAC school, so we strongly, on a daily basis and monthly, have this positive behavior system in place. Strategy 1, our last one here, is implementing more impactful real-world learning opportunities by partnering with local professionals and organizations to deliver career exploration experiences that help students connect classroom learning to future career pathways. That's a whole lot of words there, isn't it? But our field experiences remain an essential way for our students to apply their learning beyond the classroom. Our 4th graders just returned from Black Lake Woods, where they engaged in outdoor learning that connected directly to the science and environmental standards they have. Later this spring, they'll take their annual trip to the Ohio State House, which ties our government and civic engagement Our fifth graders experienced their first ever trip to BizTown in Newark, newly opened last year. We'll be going again this year. It was a tremendous success, providing students with hands-on learning opportunities to explore different jobs and understand how businesses operate. This real-world simulation helps students connect the classroom skills, math, reading, and teamwork to real career pathways. So we're fortunate to have outstanding community partners who bring real-world learning directly to our students. We partner with someone from Ohio State that leads a hands-on learning engineering project where students create light-up magic wands that make science standards come alive. Another partner from Licking County Water and Soil engages students in erosion simulations. We also have community experts from the Natural Energy Institute who teaches students about fossils through memorable hands-on learning. We have representatives from North Bank Valley who have done financial literacy lessons, and they will plan to do that this spring, giving them valuable knowledge about money management. And of course, our WIS Career Day continues to grow, bringing more than 50 community members and local businesses who share their career paths and help students see the many opportunities available to them. All right, we're going to move over to student learning. So before I continue, just shortly, I wanted to make sure we took a moment to acknowledge the achievement that we're extremely proud of. Watkins Intermediate earned 4.5 stars on the Ohio State report card for the second year in a row. We're incredibly close to earning that last half star. And we just got back our value-added data that we were going over, and we're encouraged by the results. We maintained the highest growth level, which is above expected growth in both 4th grade and 5th grade ELA and 4th grade math. We earned our highest 5th grade math growth score in 3 years, though there's still some work to do. And in 5th grade science, we saw over 4 points of growth, which is extremely significant. So I think we're clearly headed in the right direction. So strategy number 1, refining and implementing our TBT framework for more intentional focus on analyzing assessment data to drive instructional strategies, adjust pacing, and improve outcomes. This year we streamlined our TBT process using feedback from Tom Fry and research-based practices to ensure every meeting focuses on 3 things: on pacing, data analysis, and instructional strategies. Our TBTs funnel information to our BLT and then the DLT, and the information funnels back down to ensure transparency and consistency. We're more data-driven than we ever have been, and this shared understanding is helping make more building-wide, data-driven decisions. And action step 2 there, building teacher capacity to implement student-led instructional strategies, and effective co-teaching that promotes student ownership of learning, critical thinking, and deeper engagement. We're grounded in this John Hattie's research, the 25 highest impact instructional strategies. Our BLT members present new strategies each one of our staff meeting, and that was kind of guided by a survey we did at the beginning of the year that identified which practices that teachers are most interested in exploring. It's been powerful to watch both the new and veteran teachers implement new strategies, engaging in rich conversations about teaching practice and refined instructional approaches across the classrooms. The more intentionally we analyze data to identify strengths in our instructional practices and share those findings with another, the more we can grow collectively as educators. So we share those insights not only at our TBTs, but also by getting in each other's classrooms. We just completed our first round of teacher tag, where administrators and instructional coaches provided coverage, hence the tag, so teachers could step out of a recess duty or class for a short time to observe another teacher in action. These peer observations are already helping strengthen our instructional practice and deeper collaboration across the building. And strategy 2, establishing a consistent structure for progress monitoring and tracking MTSS data to ensure timely identification of student needs and effective interventions. Melissa Betts did leave. This is a big, nice shout out for her. But we've been incredibly fortunate to have Melissa come and join our team this year. She's helped teachers completely revamp kind of how we analyze data, track student progress, and plan interventions. She was recognized tonight for her retirement. And I'm just grateful to have her. I've had the privilege of working with her as a title reading teacher and classroom teacher when I was at Pataskala. Her impact on students across the district is really immeasurable. She'll be greatly missed, and we can't thank her enough for everything she's done for the first half of the year as she finished her retirement at the intermediate. Her work is revamping this MTSS process, so she's going to leave that lasting impact on all of our 4th and 5th graders. And our final strategy, number 3, ensuring effective implementation of the HMH literacy program through professional learning, instructional support, and progress monitoring. And I couldn't be more proud of how our teachers have embraced this new curriculum. They've worked collaboratively and intentionally to implement it with fidelity while incorporating these high-impact instructional strategies to increase engagement and comprehension. Each grade level has teacher leaders, and our instructional coaches, along with my assistant principal, Carly Worrell, have collaborated beautifully in supporting this rollout. The early growth we're seeing in our literacy data is really exciting. And then we go into our final strategy number 2, or actually our action step number 2, incorporating Restart to Readiness checkpoints into math and science to support exposure and identify strengths and areas of improvement. This continues from last year. It's produced strong results for us on the OSTs. We'll administer our next round coming up here in December, and the data will guide our instructions and interventions for the second half of the year. It's hard to believe we're already approaching Thanksgiving break. This year's flying by, but I can confidently say that this has been the strongest start we've had as a staff. Our learning environments are more consistent and collaborative than I've ever seen, and we're deeply committed to continuing this momentum. Thank you for continued support of the intermediate and celebrating our growth and accomplishments of our students and our staff. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Kirkersville Elementary.
Hello and good evening. I'm excited to share about the core goals and strategic actions from the Kirkersville Elementary Continuous Improvement Plan for this school year. Before discussing our plan, though, I want to acknowledge the phenomenal work of our staff, which is reflected in the most recent Ohio State report card performance. Our report card for this past year shows a strong overall performance with ratings that exceed or meet state standards in its key components. Kirkersville Elementary School scored an overall 4 stars. We exceed state standards in achievement, demonstrating high performance on state tests. In the gap closing component, we significantly exceed state standards, indicating high success in reducing educational gaps for various student groups. And for the early literacy component, we meet state standards in the K-3 reading proficiency. This data directly impacts our school continuous improvement plan, which outlines our strategic approach to advancing both student learning and student experiences. Our primary academic goal is to demonstrate expected growth for all subgroups as measured by the local report card. We've organized this around 3 strategies. Our first one focuses on using the high-quality student data to assess impact and inform instruction. We're establishing systematic data cycles where grade-level teams develop and utilize standardized tracking instruments during TBT meetings. We're also conducting monthly building-wide data synthesis to keep all staff informed of current performance metrics, and we're systematically collecting classroom walkthrough data to refine instructional practices across the building. Our second strategy centers on using data to determine achievable goals and appropriate instructional strategies for each student. This includes conducting rigorous cross-grade level analysis of common assessments to identify those critical learning gaps. We're implementing differentiated needs-based grouping in grades 1 through 3, particularly during phonics and skill-based instruction, ensuring that instruction is aligned with specific student needs identified through assessment. We've been exceptionally proud of our staff for all the hard work that's gone into this intentional grouping. It takes a lot of collaboration amongst each other and amongst just with the different staff members, and it's gone really, really well, and our data is showing that it's working. Our third strategy involves analyzing 3-year trend data to set achievable goals and identify instructional strengths. We're performing root cause analysis of identified gaps using individual, grade level, and vertical data trend data. This analysis drives the development of measurable action steps. Additionally, we're conducting individual and team performance meetings with staff to collaboratively analyze high-stakes assessment data from Acadience, STAR, and state testing to support professional growth and accountability. On our next slide, we'll talk about some of our student experience goals. It's demonstrating increased staff and student well-being through improved attendance, increased participation in extra and co-curricular activities, and decreased behavior referrals. Our first strategy explores expanding student opportunities for extra and co-curricular activities. We're evaluating and optimizing our existing student support programs, including our Connection Club and our Cool Cats and Kittens program, to maximize their effectiveness in promoting student growth, social, emotional well-being, and overall engagement. Our second strategy ensures full implementation with fidelity of our positive behavior interventions and support system. We're revising our behavior referral process and tiered support systems to ensure greater consistency and preventative measures, which we expect will directly increase student success and also improve our attendance rates. We're also substantially increasing the frequency and visibility of student and staff recognition during our PBIS assemblies to cultivate a positive school climate. And our third strategy involves reviewing research to identify core strategies and early interventions to improve engagement. We're sustaining professional growth by continuing targeted professional development and peer-to-peer observation cycles. We're expanding comprehensive family support by collaborating with district and community partners to establish wraparound services for families needing additional support, addressing non-academic barriers to learning. This plan represents our commitment to a data-driven, responsive approach to continuous improvement. Every strategy is designed with clear action steps and accountability measures. We're focused not just on academic achievement, but on the whole child, ensuring that every child at Kirkersville Elementary has the support, instruction, and opportunities they need to thrive. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about our plan.
Thank you for
Okay,
sharing.
thank you guys so much.
All right, next request to speak, Teamsters Local 413, Southwest Licking Education Association. Thank you. We'll move on to approval of minutes.
Motion to approve item 4A.
Mr. Jones.
Mrs. Spindler,
Yes.
Mrs. Engel,
Yes.
Mrs. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Zani,
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes, those minutes are approved. We'll move on to the financial report.
Motion to approve 5A.
Second.
Included on agenda is the executive summary for October 31st. Do you want to say it, Mike? It's a routine month. He was making fun of me the other day. It's been a routine month. It's a fairly routine month, yes. So we did get our second income tax payment. It did come in about 3.1% higher than we anticipated, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
We're still a little bit down from last year, but it's still a good thing. And then we did get a larger state, which is school foundation payment, but October is when they update the enrollment from last year to this year. You know, there's part of that built in there, so that's a main reason for those two coming a little better. So over and all, again, like I said, fairly routine. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Mr. Jones.
Mrs. Engel,
Yes.
Mrs. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler,
Yes.
Mr. Zani,
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes. We'll move on to personnel consent calendar. I think we
Motion 6A through K.
Second. No discussion at this time.
Okay. Mr. Jones.
Mrs. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Engel,
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler,
Yes.
Mr. Zani,
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes. Those are approved. We will now move on to personnel consent for 7A and B.
This is Mary Jo, Roger.
It's also, we have to take them separate, I think.
No, they're
Well, we have
separate.
8A and B. 8A and B is you.
Oh, 7 and 8.
7A and B. I'll motion 7A and B.
I'll second that.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Vincent,
Yes.
Mrs. Engel,
Yes.
Mrs. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler,
Yes.
Mr. Zani.
Abstain.
Okay, that is approved. We'll move on to 8.
Motion to approve 8AB. Second.
Mr. Jones.
Mrs. Engel,
Yes.
Mrs. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler,
Abstain.
Mr. Zani,
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes, those are approved. We'll now move on to business items. I think we could do A, B, and C together, and we'll talk about D separately.
Motion to approve 9A through C. Second.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go ahead. We'll start on the policies for first reading. So we have school ceremonies and observances, which is adding the celebration of Constitution Day. Prior it was an option, and now it's a requirement. So that will be starting obviously in September of next year. The student withdrawal from school and the weapons, that's both aligned to some of the discussion from to a 5 years from 2. So again, nothing too substantial. And then I did want to point out a couple things on our release time for religious instruction. So this policy does have quite a few modifications. A couple things that I wanted to point out, make sure you saw. Additions were upon request, background checks will be made available. We did have the choice to choose between an allocation of multiple periods, or at least 1 period up to 2, or just 1 period, so we selected 1 period a week. Again, understanding that in this policy it states that's non-academic time, which includes our specials. We do have a green paragraph in here about absolving the district from liability when it comes to transportation of those students. Again, we added in a piece here ensuring that students that participate, when they come back, they're following our current policies on distribution of materials and food service, so not allowing things to come back into the school that are not allowed for other students per board policy. In addition of staff members not promoting or discouraging participation, again, not having anything to do with that, as it's not, that's not part of their day-to-day task. And then the alignment of the criminal background check, that the entity has to certify that any person working with them has passed the background check, including a BCI, FBI criminal records check. So I think those are the main highlights that I wanted to share in that policy. Any questions? But those are the first reading, and then obviously B is all of our policies that we had on last time for second reading. Do you need to do C, Rick?
You can do it.
No, go ahead.
So this is just a reinstatement of our Section 125 plan, which is flex spending and child care. Expenses, the dollar amounts have increased. So what we did with our attorney, and we set it to say now, instead of a specific dollar amount, to say whatever the code says. So there's not need to change every time the IRS changes basically the dollar amount the maximum amount you can do. So that was it. It's basically restating it to make it more easier for everybody, so no more changes.
Okay. Mr. Jones, or any questions? Mr. Jones.
Mrs. Engel.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler.
Yes.
Mr. Ziny.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes, those are approved. We'll now move on to 9D, which will kind of be a discussion, and it may move into a motion about naming facilities. I'd just like to read the board policy real quickly. District school buildings will be named according to their geographic location. From time to time, the board may wish to commemorate a district facility by naming it after a person. Such commemoration should be reserved for only those individuals who have made a significant contribution to the enhancement of education generally, or the district in particular, or to the well-being of the district, community, state, or nation. Any person thus honored may not be a current employee of the district. With that said, I would like to move forward with a motion to name the Pataskala South Fork Library after Roger Ziny. I feel after 32 years of serving this district, that is probably the very least we could do. But I know your family has a rich history at the old Pataskala Elementary, and we'd like to continue to honor that at the new South Fork and name the new library after you.
Wow, that's nice.
I'll second that motion.
All right. So we have a first and we have a second. And any person honored may not be a current employee of the district. And while we're board members now, we won't be in, so it will be fine. And I look forward to seeing that celebration and that plaque, provided that the board approve that now. Would anyone else like to say anything? I'm sure there will be lots to say at the
Well deserved.
ceremony. So
Thank you.
congratulations. Well, we'll congratulate after we vote.
Yep.
But, all right.
Yeah, true.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler.
Yes.
Mrs. Engel.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mr. Ziny.
Abstain.
Congratulations, Roger.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Now we'll move on to Amendment to Title I, Non-Public School Program Agreement, 10A. Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Jones?
This is just to, the dollar amount increased and the Title I allocation for non-public schools, so this is just to increase it to the new allocation within the Title I program. That's all it is.
Okay, Mr. Jones, the roll, please.
Mrs. Spindler?
Yes.
Mrs. Engel?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ziny?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes, that is agreed to. We'll now move on to the treasurer's items. We have donations with thank you and then a then and now certificate. I'll go ahead and motion 11A and B.
Second?
Really nothing much to say. Basically, donations, we always appreciate those. And then now certificates, just timing of the purchase order getting in place prior to the invoice.
Okay.
I recommend approval of both.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, call the roll, please.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Mrs. Engel?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler?
Yes.
Mr. Ziny?
Yes.
Okay, that is approved. We'll now move on to the superintendent's items. Dr. Perkins?
Okay, so I have a couple things to discuss tonight. The first being a recommendation to change the interpreter pay. So we talked about that last time. Oh, yeah. Brought up a concern for how low the interpreter pay was.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Lejeune, our EL coordinator, looked into, districts in proximity, those that have interpreters. And so I wanted to throw out their recommendation tonight to see what the board thought about raising the pay from $20 to $30 an hour. That would make us competitive with area districts. We have fantastic interpreters. The need is growing. It's not lessening. And so I would like to keep and maintain them so they can help our families and our staff, teachers, kids. So that would be my recommendation based on the research that she did. Again, that would put us in a competitive place to maintain what we have. So throw that out there for the board to discuss.
Okay.
Can we, is that a contracted, or?
Yeah, it's
how-
contracted service.
A contracted service, and is that for a year at a time? Is that how that works?
Yes,
Or-
yeah.
So like from August 1st to,
Yeah.
so we probably should roll that back to when that contract started. Is that
Correct.
something we can
That's
do?
fine.
That
That
is
is no
where
problem.
my mind was with
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
I agree.
We just like the board approve it. It's kind of like approving amendments to all the contracts we have. So
Okay, so what are we looking for legislatively? Do we
just
need-
to approve it, the dollar amount, $30 an hour.
And
In
roll
effective
We need a
August.
motion for that? Do we need to add it
Yes.
to the agenda?
I would just, I'll just do a motion.
Okay, I will make a motion that we change the interpreter pay rate to $30 an hour and that we make that retroactive to the beginning of the contract at the beginning of the school year.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Mr. Jones, call the roll, please.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler?
Yes.
Mrs. Engel?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Ziny?
Yes.
That is approved. Thank you for your recommendation,
Yes.
Dr. Perkins.
And I'm sure you'll greatly appreciate that as well. Okay, next up I wanted to share, I didn't print out the whole enrollment sheet, I'll bring that to you probably in January, but just a little fun fact which segues right into my third topic. We are currently, obviously, November enrollment, 5193. And a fun fact, the Woolbert said
I was
that
just gonna ask that.
Yep, Woolbert said by the end of the year we'd be at 5195.
Oh.
So, and obviously business is booming, as I like to say.
Wait, how many were we off? How many-
Two.
Two?
Right,
Two
for the end of the
students.
year.
For the end of the year?
Well, the end of the year is
Yeah.
next month,
I can't
right?
believe they couldn't
No,
be.
The school year.
No, the school year.
Oh,
Year,
okay.
not- Sorry.
I'm shocked they weren't 100% accurate.
So-
I mean, 99 point whatever, that's.
There's still time.
So we'll keep an eye on that. I
Yeah,
just
they
wanted
could
to
take
share
it.
that because I thought, I pulled that up in October and thought, oh boy, we're getting close. And then here we are in November, so.
Interesting.
Which brings me into my next topic, our unfortunate failed bond from the November election. So where we're currently at, obviously the situation hasn't changed. The growth is still coming. The enrollment is still increasing. We are still at or over capacity at 3 buildings. But unfortunately, the timeline for recommending to the board a May bond would be next month in December to put that as first reading. At this time, I think it would be in the best interest of the board and the school district to kind of put a pause on that, to allow ourselves to transition a new board in January. On top of that, I think it would be a great idea for myself and Rick and a few others to go out and have some community meetings in end of January, beginning of February, offer a time for us to share and to hear what the community has to say, any ideas they have for the the situation we're looking at, the numbers we're facing, and how we can, remedy this issue. That will also give Rick some time when we're talking about budgeting. Obviously, the House bills, many of them passed yesterday. They're headed to the governor. So all those things are going to impact our school district, our funding. And so, I'm not prepared tonight to discuss that in great lengths because I would rather wait until we have the final results and then, Mr. Jones can look at those numbers and see where we're sitting at. But all of those are going to have to be factors and variables that we look at when we talk about making a recommendation to the full board and what we need to do next. So obviously you're the bosses, but that's kind of where I'm at right now and thinking we pause, do the community meetings, get the feedback, see what happens with the funding, the House bills, and then come back with a recommendation later on this spring.
How far is that going to put us back?
So, it's another year. It's another year behind because a whole year will have passed. So
Right.
it's three, my main concern again is that middle school, that 5-6 building to alleviate the overcrowding in the 4 through 8 band. And that's a 3-year, it's 3 years. So we're gonna be 4 years out before that building would open. So it's definitely not ideal, but unfortunately, the community, is their votes are telling me they want to continue conversations or see what options that we can share with them or that they have. So I think it's in the district's best interest to do that.
Will there be an option for an August?
This motion's been eliminated.
So that's my thoughts. If there's anything further on that this time, if not, we'll just. Okay, and I'll obviously Rick and I will continue to keep the board apprised of what's going on with the House bills and the funding. Okay, let's see, what's next? Next is the compass coming around. So this will go out either tomorrow or Monday. Just sharing some information.
Thanks, Roger.
I was at a chamber meeting this week, and it's interesting how people, school funding is such a complex topic, and it is really confusing for those to understand. And so kind of putting together just a few facts, helping people understand, how are schools funded, what have we been looking at. One of the comments I read a lot on social media is all these, levies we have, and well, there may be a lot of them, but they don't always pass. Matter of fact, we have a 30% passage rate. Right. So you may see them, but they're not passing. And so kind of trying to provide this information of when did we actually get new money for operating? Well, that was May of 2005, 20 years ago. So just trying to put together some information so people can understand, where does the budget go? 81% is staffing this current school year. Where are we sitting with House Bill 186 with reductions? What was our passage rate? And just starting to get some of these facts out so people can start to consider those when we're having conversations. So I'll share that publicly either tomorrow or Monday. And then the last thing, on a super positive note, I would encourage everyone, if you have time tomorrow or Saturday, we do have our murder mystery play at the high school. I've heard it's really great, so I'm excited to see it. Lots of performances going on as well the next few weeks. Kirkersville has already had theirs, as well as the middle school choir, but so many more to come. So if you're looking for something to do in the coming weeks. And that is it for me tonight.
Okay, any questions for Dr. Perkins? No?
Thank you.
All right, next we have adjournment.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Okay, Mr. Jones, call the roll, please.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Mrs. Engel.
Yes.
Mrs. Spindler.
Yes.
Mr. Ziny.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes, we are adjourned at 7:19.